Good morning, Josh Schroyer, Planning Ops Trainee, with your operational update for Wednesday, October 21st for the CalWood Fire and the left-hand fire. We'll get started with the CalWood Fire. So had good progress again yesterday. Again, more good work going direct with our hand crews back at the heel of the fire. Again, kind of up on the north side, this northwest side, we're monitoring this. This is in country that is way too steep to be putting firefighters in or equipment. So we're watching that just slowly back down that real steep area, keeping people down on the highway and watching to see if we get any spots across where we don't want them. Working on around, a lot of good work up here on the north side. It's looking real good. We're not ready to call it contained yet. There is still some heat we're working, but again, lots of good work up in this area. So another couple shifts, this is going to start looking real good, and that's a good thing for limiting fire spread to the north and northeast. So up in this area, going in and mopping up, and that's getting in and taking care of the hot spots, improving our hand and dozer line and the line that's connecting these series of roads and trails up through here, and just trying to address any heat that we could find within 1 or 2 chains is what we talk about, but 100 feet, maybe 150 feet in from our control line is where we're trying to really take care of all the heat. Moving on around, we did gain a little bit more containment, so our line has extended a little bit farther up this way, and we've extended it just a little bit farther to the south over here. So we're gaining some containment on this area, which means we're feeling real confident that the fire is not going to move past that containment line. We're getting that last few remaining bits of heat taken care of and put out. And so our containment is expanding along the east side of the fire and along this Highway 36 corridor, which is a good thing. Moving on down, again continuing the mop up, and that's hitting those hot spots and that remaining heat as we come around the subdivision here into Gear Gulch, and continuing to work our way west. So lots of good work, and that's where we're going to have some more crews in working today, continuing to secure that. Again, activity yesterday was this continuing to move down the hill through this old burn, and we're looking at again options, letting it come down into that fuel transition, the lighter fuels where it's easier to pick up with crews and equipment, and with air support today early before it gets too windy. We can use air support, helicopters, bucket drops to help our firefighters on the ground kind of slow this up and check the spread so that we can get into these lighter fuels and start getting a direct line on that. Kind of working back, the same thing over here. Again, we're still looking for those options to go direct as possible with equipment, some dozers. Working back to the west, the southwest side, we're coming around and getting some good, some hand line connecting some of these roads, and to protect these structures that are back here. We're moving fuels between the structures and the main fire. There's a little bit of firing just to secure those structures. So the slow process, but we'd rather go slow and be safe and make sure that we're getting the heat put out as we do that to secure this area back here. When we talk about firing around the structures, we're putting fire on the ground to remove the fuels between the structures and the main fire, between the control lines and the main fire. And that way, when the main fire keeps moving, it's going to hit where it's already burned out, and then there's no more fuels to burn. So that's a way that we use to expand our control options there. So we're just going to keep doing this today all the way around. We're anticipating the wind event coming in. We've got crews in place, and we're trying to get these things buttoned up as much as possible with that anticipation of the wind. Specifically, we do have a full night shift coming on, and so the winds are going to blow through the evening, but that means we've got night shift resources going to be out all night. So we've got 24-hour coverage on this fire if this thing decides to do anything overnight. So we will have people out all night. Moving down to the left-hand fire, again, we've got good containment lines all the way around this fire. We just need to keep improving those lines. So we've got the road down on the south side. We've still got a few places where the fire is backing down off the hill down to the road, and we just want to keep an eye on that. We patrol that with engines so that if we get any rolling material, we don't want it to roll across the road, and we're there to pick it up. Hand line and dozer line across the north part of the fire, and we're just improving that line and continuing to mop up and take care of the heat, any hot spots that we've got in there. And so this is going to be a continuing operation all day. Again, anticipation of that wind coming in. We're going to keep a close eye on this. We've done some really great work. We don't want to lose what we've done. And there's going to be night resources, night division resources out staffing this fire as well, keeping an eye on things. So that's the quick summary for the fires.